monkeys.
Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy Golden Falls Golden, what if, whatever you want to call me, and I'm back with What If Deku, well, with a brand new what if, excuse me. What if Deku was the god of nature? Really quick, this is going to be based off of a texting story actually that I did. At least the god of nature aspect of it is definitely based off of it. So this will be a little bit fan-fiction-y like most of my what ifs, but this probably will lean into that a little bit more. But I mean, at the same time, it's a what if. There's a reason why it's called a what if. So I just want you all to keep that in mind. So I will be doing a couple things that I did in the texting story, so just be prepared for that. Also, shout out to my boy Saint for the music. Make sure to go check his link in the description below. And also check out the Discord down below, linked as well. And yeah, that's about it. I'm not gonna waste much more time. And like always, I hope y'all enjoy this series. Make sure to leave a like, sub, all that good stuff, because that will tell me that you guys are enjoying it, and obviously will make me want to get out the next part as soon as possible. Okay, now I'm not gonna waste much more of your time, and let's just get right into the what if. Let's get it. Izuku Midoriya. He was just a young boy, someone that lived in a beautiful forest in Japan with his mother. Izuku grew up just normally, just like everyone else, but he didn't go to school. He was with nature, learned about it, breathed in it, and everything around him loved him. The animals, the plants, butterflies, insects, all that you can think of. When he would walk by, roses would blossom, plants would flourish, and many other things as well. And that had a lot to do with his mother too. His mother, she was the previous god of nature, and well, Izuku was to take that place. But the thing is, and the thing that Izuku would not know, is that his mother would pass away and leave him to the role of god of nature. Izuku's memory was wiped entirely. His mother felt this to be, well, the best course of action, so that her son could grow up, well, semi-normally. Grow up without mourning his mother. Grow up with the influence of nature itself. And that's exactly what happens with Izuku. Izuku began learning from nature, just like he once did, but he grew up without even knowing he had a mother, knowing that nature would take care of him. And that's exactly what happened. Nature took care of him until he was able to take care of nature. He continued this cycle for a little bit until he was about 15 years old, and he began learning more and more about the outside world, the world outside his beautiful forest. He began searching. He began exploring Japan and many other parts of the world. Izuku was powerful, and well, powerful may even be an understatement. He was able to travel to places all around the world instantaneously as long as nature was thriving in a certain part of that world. And well, as long as nature existed, he was able to travel there. He could instantly just maneuver and develop his body all the way there. It could be from Japan to America, or even America to somewhere like France. It didn't matter. He would appear there as long as there was nature thriving. So that's what he began doing. He began searching around the world for places that needed help, and places that, well, were not thriving as much as they should be in terms of nature and in terms of whatever was going on. War was not something Izuku was fond over. He was taught at a young age by, well, the nature around him, that war bred darkness. War bred destruction. He did not want that for, well, the nature that he sought to protect. So he would see war and eliminate it, get rid of it, or help guide the people in the right direction to stop. But before they can even thank him, before anything could happen in that at all, he would disappear like a ghost. Izuku was as if he was never there, until eventually he went back to Japan, feeling that this was his semi-home, so he might as well help them. He should have helped them first, but decided to wait on that other countries, other places around the world needed him more at that time, eventually leading to a predicament that he found. He knew that all around the world there were these superpowers, other known as quirks. He personally did not have a quirk. His status of God of Nature was not a quirk by any means. It was a power bestowed upon him by nature itself. At least that's what he believed to be true. One day, while in his forest, he began sensing something. Someone running through the sewer. And he went to investigate it. It was a young lady with white hair and red eyes, sprinting through as many people chased her. As she ran through, light began to glow, guiding her to the exit to the forest that Izuku was currently, at. She followed the light and eventually came out of a manhole cover and into a beautiful forest. She walks through the forest slightly with a gash on her side, eventually passing out. Izuku grabs her with his vines and takes her somewhere. He takes her to a lake that has pure healing properties, and he slightly sets her in it and lets her heal as much as she can, eventually leading to her awakening. She questions how she got there. She screams out into the forest at where the person is and how did she end up in this water. Izuku emerges and asks her to please calm down, that she's scaring the animals in the area. She questions him. Who is he? What does he even want? You were hurt, so I healed you. I hope that's okay. You were running from something, and you had a nasty gash on your side. She looks to see that the gash is now gone. It feels like she wasn't hurt at all in the first place. I think I know who you are. Red eyes, white hair. She covers her face and begins walking away. She says that he does not know who she is, and to keep it that way. I guess I don't. Well, you should be going now, I guess. He opens the trees up, and it's a clear pathway to a nearby street. She looks at him and begins questioning why he's even helping her. Oh, I don't know. You seem to have good intentions, I guess. But you can leave whenever you like. The girl leaves and Izuku closes up the trees as he senses more people coming. More specifically, one person. And they're headed right toward Izuku. The person arrives and begins questioning Izuku and why he's there. Hello. I'm actually the guardian of this forest, you could say. It's easier that way to call me that. What do you mean? I maintain nature. So I'm the guardian of this forest. What would you like? I believe you to be a racerhead, other known as Shota Aizawa, correct? You know me, kid. Yes, I do. I know every impressive and good hero in Japan. Interesting. Thanks for the compliment, I guess. But did someone run through here? A female? Yes, actually. White hair, red eyes? Yes. You saw her? I did see her. She ran through here. But she was not a threat to my forest, so I let her cross. I see. Well, kid, I need you to come with me then. We need more information. I'm sorry. I cannot help you. I cannot go with you. I need to protect the forest. For now. Aizawa then nods, telling him to be careful and to be safe. Before Aizawa leaves though, he turns back and activates his quirk. What I have is not a quirk, Mr. Aizawa. Don't worry, I'm not a threat to you. Okay, I'll have to take your word for it. Eraserhead then leaves the forest, and Izuku decides that it's time for him to do his, well, due diligence in terms of the hero society in Japan. So, that's what he does. He begins going into different parts of Japan and, well, watching various other, well, heroes at work. Some definitely of honorable stature, but many others far from it. He began thinking, what is wrong with this society? What is the problem with heroes? Why do they act in such a greedy or vengeful way, oftentimes? And why do they feel that they're entitled to this? Izuku eventually came across a conclusion, an idea that he feels is the reason for just that. All Might, the symbol of peace. Yes, Izuku does believe that All Might is pretty important for society, but he has made society, well, complacent. He's made heroes complacent. He's made everybody complacent. Everybody feels that they can just do whatever they want, that they have All Might to come and save them. This must have some repercussions on the pro hero. This must have repercussions on, well, All Might himself. He takes it upon himself to be the so-called symbol of peace. And what is that causing him? Is that causing him to go mad? Is it keeping him grounded? Izuku doesn't know. He needs to, well, gain more information to know that for sure. And that all starts with the person he saw. The person that went through his forest, the girl with the white hair and the red eyes. He's questioning who that person was, and is she truly a villain? Is she truly someone that should be hunted by heroes? So, he begins searching for her, eventually finding someone very similar to her in a cafe. Izuku can tell that she's wearing, well, a wig and contacts. She's sitting drinking coffee, and he sits down as well. She looks up and shows a very shocked look on her face. Hello, miss. She proceeds to basically get up and is about to leave, but Izuku asks her to please sit back down and that he's just here to chat. She does just that and asks what he wants. I'm just curious. Why were you running away in the sewer that one time I saw you? It's pretty simple, actually. I was getting chased down by heroes. Any other questions? But why were you getting chased down by heroes is, I guess, the real question here. You don't need to know that. Now please leave me alone. Okay, as you wish. She gets up and she's about to leave. And Izuku then appears in front of her as she exits the store. You know, I'm just here to help. Just curious at what this society has for, well, people like you and me. What do you mean by people like you and me? I don't know. Misunderstood? I'm isolated, just as much as you are, just for different reasons. Okay, what do you want then? I just want information. That's all. Can we start with your name? You don't know who I am? No, I do not. Well, let me tell you. You can call me Sophie. But I'm, well, the villain they know as All for One. Izuku just smiles and puts out his hand. Nice to meet you, Sophie. She is shocked by this. She's never been greeted in such a way, especially by someone who's this nice. Every time she ever reveals herself to be the villain that is known around Japan as the worst to ever grace Earth, well, she is dismissed. She is tried to throw in prison. She is hunted down by heroes. I know what you're thinking, but I have no relation to any heroes, villains, anything alike, vigilantes. I'm just the guardian of the forest, you could say. So, if you don't mind, can you please tell me what this society has for me? Yeah, sure, why not? Follow me. Izuku follows, well, Sophie, or All for One, all the way to her base. And when they enter, she tells him that if he tells anybody where she is, that she'll kill him. Yeah, that's fair enough. They walk in and they begin talking. She begins explaining what this society is, that he must be sheltered or something if he can't see it himself. All Might, yes, he seems face value that he's some symbol of peace, someone that helps everybody. But even the top heroes are corrupt. Everybody seems to be corrupt. To a certain extent, All Might has gone off the deep end with his, well, ideologies. Everyone seems to be at that point. She begins saying that from a young age, she realized this. She tried to change things, tried to make things different. But when they realized what she was doing, and also realized her quirk, well, things began to change. Yes, the person that wielded this quirk a long time ago, well, wasn't the best person. And she got gifted it. She isn't sure why. Maybe it was out of pity. Maybe it was because they were related in some sort of way, but she doesn't know. But now she knows that she wants to do better and make this society better. I see. I have, well, suspicions about this one, well, by you call All Might, but I'm not sure. I would like to do my own research on this. I've actually kind of neglected Japan, and I truly apologize for that. It's my job to, well, help the best I possibly can if nature involves, and frankly, humans are just as much important in nature as, well, the plants around. So, I want to do more as well then. I will do my own little bit of research. I appreciate you, Sophie. Thank you so much. She questions why he's thanking her, that nobody ever thanks her. Well, I just feel like you gave me useful information. And of course, when you get useful information from somebody, you always have to say thank you. Well, Sophie, I'll make sure to not disclose, well, your location to anybody else, and I'll be on my way. Izuku begins to leave, and she asks, where is he going? Just around Japan. Nothing too drastic. He heads off, and actually finds a flyer that interests him. It says that the UA Sports Festival is in the next couple days. So, he decides that in a couple days, he'll head to the school by the name of UA. He later finds out that this is one of the top schools in Japan for, well, heroes. Or at least heroes in training. Well, after a couple days pass, he then makes his way to UA. When he enters, he sees various other pro heroes, many guarding the area. He wonders why is that. He wonders if the security for this is because of a villain attack or because of something else. So he walks in and takes his seat, and he sits next to somebody that he finds very familiar. How'd you know I was here? Actually, I didn't know you were here. I most likely came here for a relatively same reason as you. And what is that? Well, I just wanted to see the future generation. I want to see what they're doing to become great heroes. And I'm curious to see if, well, All Might will be here. She nods and says that he most likely will be, and they sit and watch the entirety of the sports festival. Eventually watching the entire sports festival, seeing all these heroes or future heroes in training getting recognition from the crowd, eventually leading to Izuku, well, leaving. Sophie catches up to him and they both walk out. But as they do, someone drops in front of them. It's All Might. All Might himself. After, well, giving the medals away, he realized he saw someone that looked very familiar. And that was this girl. He grabs her by the arm, and Izuku proceeds to step forward. Please let go of her. That's not very hero-like, All Might.
Oh, you do not understand, citizen. This is not who you think it is.
I see. Well, you don't seem to be the person I thought you were as well. You seem angry, Mr. All Might. Frustrated. Now why is that? All Might scoffs at this and tells the citizen that he thinks, well, is just a normal person to go. But quickly, Izuku breaks his grip and gets them both away from him. They begin running away as All Might is in hot pursuit. You know, I could have got away myself. Yes, I know. They enter an alley and all that is there is, well, a wall, puddles, and some plants growing about. All Might is about to basically close the distance and enter the alley, but when he does, they're gone. Izuku made them both fall straight into the puddle that was near them, and they immediately ended up back at the forest that he grew up in. Where are we? We're back at the forest, where I, well, healed your injury. Now that was interesting. All Might, the symbol of peace. He seems to be out of whack, or how could I say it? Not very heroic. I wonder what's wrong with him. She nods her head and says that he's been like this for the last couple years, and no one has really noticed it because of the deeds he does. But she has noticed herself that All Might has slowly but surely been deteriorating, hasn't been the same hero he once was. I guess this world is a lot more complicated than I expected. And that is a wrap for, well, part 1 of What If Deku was the god of nature. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, sub, all that good stuff. And make sure to, show your support for this series if you want to see it continue, see it finish up, see it go on for however long. This is one of those series that if y'all show tons of support, I could definitely get creative and definitely continue a storyline beyond just the normal canon storyline. So, I've obviously already shown that. So, like I said, if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, sub, all that good stuff. And I hope all of y'all have an amazing day. Later.
I don't wanna waste what's left.